Hey.
And this is Dahlia. Hi, Dahlia.
Hey, Dahlia.
And Tyler. Hello
Oh,
there.
hey, Tyler. Oh, I like the name. Ash Foster.
And who else we got here? Roman's here, who's in our slumber
Hola,
party.
Roman.
Yeah, y'all share the same city, don't you?
Yeah, my fellow Miamian.
And Tiger Dragon is here from Greece.
Oh my gosh, I loved Greece. Hi. It was hot. I loved it.
Yeah.
Hey,
And Jessica
Jessica.
Lynn is here. Hey, Jessica. All right, and that is all for right this moment. I'm sure more will be trickling in. So we are going to do questions. So if you want to start posting your questions, you can do that. That's fine. I'll be starring while we're listening to Shaniqua, but she's going to ask me some questions too. We're just going to have a little conversation, and then we'll get to the readings in a little bit. So, but you're free to put in your questions whenever. Um, so, Shaniqua, let me know about your journey. Like, can you tell me about how you first got into tarot to start with? And,
Okay, well, I would say like I really got into it last year. However, I've actually had, and I just recently got another copy of these, but I actually started with the Osho Zen Tarot way back in 2001. Yeah, I'm 47 years old, y'all. So
I'm
um,
older.
I
I let you be.
I couldn't even tell you why I got the tarot at the time, but I did. Well, I think I was dabbling a little bit in some of the different things. Like I tried a Ouija board. I was like, okay, no, nope, no, because I had no idea that I was also a medium. So like the Ouija board took off by itself, and I was like, oh, I don't know what that is. I'm not doing that. Um,
Right.
and then I also used to call that, I don't know, I think they're still around, the Keen Psychics, where it was like cost per minute. And that was addictive. And so I was like, yeah, no, I'm not doing that anymore. Um, and so then I got this, and I don't remember how, why, or why I chose this, but this is a difficult one to start with.
It is. That
Oh
was
my
one of my.
gosh,
That's one of my first ones as well.
really? So I
Probably my
think that's why
third or
I never
fourth.
actually
Yeah.
got into it. I think this is why I like never really picked it up because it was so difficult, you know.
Right.
And this is the only deck I had for about 20 years. And then
Wow.
fast forward last year, I had a mediumship reading. My former business coach became a medium. It was like, where did that come from? But I always knew something was different about her. So I had a mediumship reading, and I had just so happened to go to the Goodwill, and I saw this book, and it was $1. So I was like, okay. So I got this book. I was like, I'll read it and start to learn about tarot, just because. And in that mediumship reading, she had talked about your grandmother is like so thankful that you're finally taking, like, that I'm embracing this journey and taking this journey. Because my grandmother obviously wouldn't have been able to. She's from family of the South, religious, church, so she definitely wouldn't have
Hmm.
done this. However, I always had an inclination with my family that we had gifts. I just thought everybody had them because, I had premonition dreams and all that stuff, and they
Right.
nearly always came true. I could tell people when they were pregnant. I could walk in the grocery store and know exactly where to go to find my kids or whatever. So
Oh
it's
wow.
like it was just me, right? And I just thought this was a normal thing. Like I'll pick up the phone just as it did not ring, but somebody was on the other end, and they're like, "Hey, oh hey," because I
Wow.
just, or I'll think about somebody, those little things that you just write off. I had a whole bunch of them, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and so
That's so cool.
finally, when I did the mediumship reading, my grandmother was thanking me for going into this and not going into this as in the cards necessarily, but embracing our spiritual gifts. And but in that reading, she mentioned cards 3 times, and I have been thinking, should I get cards? Right. So I went, okay. Well, I got her permission, so I'm in here. Let's see what this is. And I didn't really like my very first live videos. They were so awkward because I was actually trying to do mediumship, but I found that holding something helped me do this better, helped me see better, you know. And
Right.
next thing you know, some of the other readers on here that I fell in with watching, such as Libby and Erica and Lena and all these other different tarot readers, and I realized they were putting me at peace. Some of them I stopped watching, but that they were putting me at peace for um, the chaotic times that we're in. And
Right.
so I started reading on them, and it was accurate. And I was like, oh, okay. And the next thing you know, people started following me for it, and I'm like, well, I guess if it's helping you and it's kind of helping me, I'll keep showing up. And that's been the journey for the last year. Yeah. So long story, not short.
That's awesome. How long have you been reading for?
Literally a year. Like I started
Yeah.
last summer.
Awesome.
Yeah. What about yourself?
I started about 5 years ago, and
Oh, 5.
yeah, about five. So I had a
How'd you get into
reading.
it?
I had a reading that was done for me, and it said basically that um, exactly what happened, but I didn't go towards it. It was a girl who was a witch, was one of my friends, and it was exactly what happened is what she told me was going to happen. But then um, I just became agnostic because of past grievances with
Mm-hmm.
being a Southern Baptist for 26 years. And then I just decided to be agnostic and I didn't really think about it. Then I had my spiritual awakening about 6 years ago. And that's when I started just questioning everything. And I'm wonder about tarot. I wonder if that has anything to do with spirituality. So I asked one of my friends who I knew would know, and she's like, well, I've got this one sassy deck. And I was like, well, what is it? I knew nothing about, getting tarot decks. So she's like, go on Amazon and this is the one. And it was The Wild Unknown by Kim Krans.
Oh, I
And
haven't. I don't have that one.
I didn't like it. I didn't
Okay.
like it because we're doing an interview with it and we got to the very last question. And, the question was, what is your relationship going to be with the tarot or with this deck? And I got the devil. Well, I flipped out.
Yeah.
Flipped out. And my friend was like, no, wait a minute, wait a minute. I think that just means you might be addicted or get addicted to tarot. And that
I,
was
I can
more
see
than
it.
happened. And after a bunch of decks later, I'm a collector now, and that definitely came true. But the second tarot deck I got, I fell in love with, and then just started collecting them right away, and Oracle as well.
Which was your second deck?
The Gilded Reverie by Ciro Marchetti.
Oh, I don't know that one either.
Oh, really? It's
No.
beautiful.
Wow. Okay. Is that like the Gilded Royale that Libby uses? Are they about the
It
same
might
person?
be.
Because
I
they're
thought it
so beautiful, and I do mean to get them. Yeah, I'm curious. I want to see what it looks like.
Gilded Royale. Yeah,
Oh, okay. Yes, those are
I just
gorgeous.
yeah, I always trip
They
over.
tell such stories.
Yes, they do. And I learned with this little pamphlet. This is how I learned tarot. This little
Really?
pamphlet that came with it.
Wow. Hey,
But
Nicole.
yeah, so that's
Well,
pretty much it.
this was my very first. I spent hours looking for a tarot deck. Because that wasn't cutting it. I actually wasn't feeling drawn to it anymore.
Right.
And so I went on Amazon. I got this. It's really cheap. It's like $7, but I needed something because I'm not gonna read, right? Because um, I'm a rebellious. I'm a reluctant reader, truthfully. So because I'm like I'm not going to be doing these things for pay. I'm not like I don't know. I'm reluctant, right? And so I had to get something that would take the also, I had a mini stroke 3 years ago. I had a sunstroke, and it actually left scarring on my brain, which I discovered last year when I had to get an MRI or CAT scan. And so I knew I didn't want the pressure of learning 78 cards, and then all the different meanings of these cards, and then how they all work. Like I didn't want that, because one, I don't want to be a tarot reader, like just a tarot reader, because my gifts. I think if I didn't know I had gifts first, I would have started with tarot and probably been stuck with tarot. But having taken the mediumship class first, then I'm like, oh, I've always been that girl. Like, because I've always heard voices, some in different languages, and I've always known things about people that I should not know. I've always been stopped in grocery stores, having 20-minute conversations with strangers. Like I've always been this person. And then I started realizing that people were using me because even as a youngster, I could tell people the numbers that were going out. And I had no idea what a third eye was. So I would like just run the numbers through my brain, and whatever number lit up, I would give them those numbers. And to the point where my addicts of a family member would only come to me at that point, you know. And so I realized people were using me. So when I was 12, I like shut down all my gifts. I'm like, no, you know. So I think if I did not discover my gifts first, I probably would have stayed in tarot. Who knows? I might have even gone to astrology. Astrology is way big. So like, no, that's way too big. This is the first deck I got. Long story again. But if you can see, like there, it has the words on it, reverse and whatever. And so for me, it was like, do the pictures tell the story? It's the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith. Do the pictures tell the story? And is there something on here to help me? But then I started noticing, like, as I touched the cards, I would get my own pictures and I would hear. And so then I realized, like, mediumship and the tarot went hand in hand. Mediumship, psychic, whatever. I hate titles, but yeah. So this was my very first deck, and I keep it because I like it. And then I got addicted to I'm glad I didn't see the devil on my first card. I actually saw the Queen of Wands, and I was like, okay.
Right.
I was like, all right, that's my card. Cool. I like that significator.
And what about your tarot journey? Like your channel journey?
I was a TikToker. TikTok was like without, because I've been trying to do YouTube, I think, since like 2006. And so nothing ever took off. Nothing took off. I couldn't maintain it. Plus, they had all these aesthetic rules and stuff, like thumbnails and titles and blah, 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 like all this stuff. And it just made things too complicated for me and disappointing, because it's like, it takes a year to 5 years for your channel to take off. And it's like, I got to do all this work when I have ADHD. So I have to have some kind of reward in real time. You know, and then I accidentally went viral on TikTok, talking about being mad at God, you know, after the election. I was like, I'm mad at God. I don't understand this. Why would he let this happen? And, you know, that just happened. And next thing you know, I got a live platform. I got, you know, monetized real quick over there. And I was showing up just me. And so I ended up staying there, and then I started seeing readers on TikTok, and I'm like, okay. And I'm like, a lot of these people aren't real. Like they don't have any gifts. They're just, and then cards just going everywhere. And I'm like, what is this? You know, and they're like, see, and then this, and then this. And I'm like, the people can't see. So I was like, let me try. And so I you know, tried to do it, and then it went from there, and I got a nice little tight community. I never had the big numbers. And I just started looking at that, not with disappointment, but with protection. And then they sold TikTok to those people in January.
Right.
And I had been dumping videos over. Listen, my lives would go long. They would go like 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 hours. So I would be dumping those over on YouTube, just to dump them and keep them, after I lost a whole bunch of them. And when they banned me. They took my money. They banned me, and I'm like, well, okay, let's go on YouTube. And so it was slow, but um, that was in February, and I've been growing since. I'm almost at 1,000, which I've
Yay.
never been this close, ever been this close with something I would consistently show up for. So it's been really great, and I don't mind necessarily the slow growth, because I really do feel like it's protection. You don't want a whole bunch of people who don't, especially in our line of work. There's a lot of people trying to pull from your energy without any reciprocal energy given. And I don't like that. Like, I've had enough of that my whole life. And so, like, I love my little community where, like, I block people from talking. Like, you have to be a subscriber in order to talk to me, because there's a lot of racial stuff and slurs and all that kind of stuff. And God hates you and all this kind of stuff. And I'm like, how does God hate me? This is a gift that heals, Of course, there's charlatans, but there's charlatans in every business.
Right.
And so I made it where subscribers only. And I had to do 20 minutes because people were waiting 5 minutes or 1 minute just to come cuss me out. I'm like, okay, well, if you wait 20 minutes, you're the problem. Like at that point. So yeah.
Right.
So that's been my journey.
Awesome. Well, thank you
So,
for sharing. That was great. And yeah, a lot of people are saying thank you for sharing and they're loving the interview. So, I know you do readings as well, so would you like
mhm.
to do a few with me?
Yeah, but I would love to speak back to or challenge that comment right there by Miss Leah, where she says reading tarot is not a gift; it's a learned job.
Hmm.
I disagree. I really, really, really do disagree, because again, if you're a person with additional gifts, not just tarot, right? Because tarot itself, yes, I respect tarot. Don't get me wrong, I absolutely respect it. Tarot readers are amazing. The ones who learn what every little symbol means inside of, oh, thank you. The ones who learn what every meaning is, the flower, the juxtaposition. Like, I'm really interested in actually learning Lenormand as well, because that seems a little bit simpler than the 78 and all the different spreads. But I don't think it has to be a job. I think thinking of it as a job is a barrier to entry for people who can be, I won't say called, but this could be one of the posts on their journey. You know what I mean? So, like, am I going to stay in tarot? Likely not. Um, I don't know where I'm going with my spiritual gifts. I'm just being obedient as things are coming up for me to do. And I, I don't think you can say it's not a gift. There are very gifted people who do this, and I've
Right.
seen them. Extremely gifted people who do this. So I don't think that that's correct.
Right.
Hey,
Yeah, I do see where you would maybe think that, Leah, but I don't either because just I know you have to learn the meanings, maybe
uh-huh.
that's what you were thinking of, but in order to really reach out to people and to get in, get into their life and really, you know, make a difference, you have to have a gift of being able to be a channel. I have to ground myself in every single time before I go to do a live, or
Uh-huh.
I'm not receiving the messages the way that I should. And I think it is a gift. So I do agree with
I
you.
mean, and every
I see
gift
what
takes,
you're saying, Leah, as well.
yeah, but every gift takes hard work. Like, I mean, think about it. If tarot is the tool, and let's say tarot is the tool, right? The cards, they're literally tools, right? That's
Mm.
like a basketball, a tennis racket, a car. Your gift is in, like, you have people who are just, what do you call them? Like savants, or they're just naturally moved to this. so when they pick it up, it's like, oh my God, you're accurate. How are you reading this? Like there's what's written, and that's, I've always been a kid who challenges things. So everything man-made is literally man-made. So there was a first person to do this, and who can tell them if it was right, and who can tell them if it was wrong? It's like every certification program, somebody started that and created it. And so for me, I really do think people can be gifted in, I won't say divination, just I would say in accessing their light body or accessing their gift. And the tool like fits almost like an appendage, like it just works for them. And but with every gift, you have to then put not just talent but hard work behind it. Absolutely. So I now know the cards better because I had the repetition, of doing it for the last year. But so that part is learned. But I do think reading itself, allowing yourself to access higher instruction, I think is the gifted part. Yeah, it still uses intuition.
It's
Absolutely, Jackie.
intuition at the same time. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's exactly what I was thinking. Yeah. All right. Well, thank you for that.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and I just want to say hi to everybody. I did get a chance to say hi to those coming in,
Okay.
but I appreciate you all being here. So thank you. And we'll start with our donated questions. So we have a few. Thank you so much for your donations. The first one is Dahlia. And Dahlia said, I had 2 interviews today. What do the cards have to say about each morning and afternoon?
Okay. Um, let's see. Are you reading on it with me?
Yes.
Okay. Are we having like one, two, three?
I usually pull 3 and 2, like 3 tarot and 2 oracle,
Okay.
but you can do whatever you want to stay in the flow as whatever is, resonates with you. I'm actually going to pull 4 cards for you, Dahlia, instead of 5, like I normally do for a donated question. And I'll do a 5th one for the overall energy of today.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm getting for the first one is you may need to rethink it. You got the 2 of Wands, so it's something that you would need to plan. And then you got the Hanged Man, so I think it's something you need to pause and really think about and look at from a different perspective. Okay, so this is the morning one. And then I've got just stuff all over the place here for the afternoon. You got the 3 of Cups, which is celebration, but then you got the Tower. So the Tower and the 3 of Cups did come out first. And the Tower is saying, upheaval and a big no. So overall, I think the first one would probably be best. Yeah, you got an overall of the Emperor. So I think you can be a better leader at the one in the morning and or have the potential to be a leader there. So um, growing from the inside and just being promoted within is what I'm trying to say. So that's what I've got. I think that if you get offers for both, that the second one, or the first one in the morning would be safer, and then there'd be a lot of work. You could probably do the one in the afternoon, but it's a lot of work. And here, I'm gonna put you in the hot seat, Shaniqua. Here you go.
All right. So I didn't separate them into first and second interview, but it looks like this is about what it did on its own. So the first 2 cards we have here are the Page of Swords and the 7 of Swords, right? So turn them over so that you can see what they look like. I do read reversals. So there's the 7 of Swords and then the Page of Swords. So one of the things that I would say with regards to both of the jobs, honestly, they're actually not feeling right for you. Um, this is where I am right here. So they're not feeling right for you. The Page of Swords. Um, I feel like you would be, even if you went in there, that would be one of those bait and switch type of jobs. Like, oh, we're a family, we do things amazing, and blah 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 blah. And then you get there, and it's like, why did I move to this job? Why did I take this job? That feels like that one would be like that. And then the other job, uh, I do think they may swords. There's something here that's saying up level, upskill. There's the word. Um, so, and I'm getting chills behind it. So that's really going to do it for me. The other cards that I received are the Oracle card. This one says stop comparing. Social media is a highlight reel, which is interesting. And then this one's saying small progress. So the small progress is saying tiny steps still move you forward. So I want to say congratulations on getting to a space and place where you have gotten the interview for more than one job. You need to be congratulating yourself there. But now I need you to assess. Are you applying for a job or are you applying for a career? Because two additional cards that came as and they said just look at me is rest, right? And so rest says even machines need to power down, and then touch grass. So this one says go outside, the internet will survive. What I'm getting from both of these is take time to upskill. Don't just be putting out job applications right now. See where the gap is. Go on like Coursera and get a certification in whatever's going to take you to the next level. Like for instance, if you don't have an AI certification, I suggest you go get one if that is what this job may possibly be heading into. It just makes you more valuable. If you need to know what SharePoint is or what have you, I would definitely go and upskill, get a certification so that it adds to your value. So this is where the pause is. The pause is go upskill, go get one more thing that would make you more valuable than everybody else applying so that you'll stand out. But also assess, are you just applying for a job or are you applying for a career? And if it's just a job, the assessment is switch over and figure like who's doing what you want to do and what does it take to get there. I hope that makes sense. But as far as the interviews, uh, I wouldn't take either if they're offered to you personally.
Thank you, Shaniqua.
Thank you.
Appreciate that. And thank you for your question, Dahlia. Thank you for your donation. And next up is Mona Lee.
Thank you. General for the month of September. Thank you.
Hi, Unartha. Thank you for your donation. We'll get you in there.
Thank you.
Questions are now closed. So thank you, everybody, for being here.
Give me one
Okay.
second. Just
Mona Lee, General for September. The first card I got is the Ace of Swords. This is a new opportunity. This is seeing clearly for the first time something and clarity. So I think that you have a great new opportunity to, do something that you love, do something that you've been thinking about doing, because swords are air, are thoughts. So something that you've been thinking about doing for a while is going to happen, I believe, in September, and you're going to be the leader. So it's something that you will create and something that you'll be a leader. This is also saying lead by example. You may want to get things in order, in your home or your job, but just take care of what needs to be taken care of And then you got the Two of Pentacles. So the Two of Pentacles is balance and also adaptability and flexibility. Okay, so make sure you are not overdoing anything and you're having balance with it. Homework, relationships, friendships, all of it, that you're not overdoing anything. The next card I got for you is the Storm card. There is a conflict, release, and clearing the air. All right, so if there's a conflict and there's a release, that's a good thing because you're learning through that storm, and then you'll be able to clear the air. So you'll be able to cut through it. In fact, with this clarity card. So then you got the Goddess of the Sea, which is a storm card. You got another storm card. Look at that storm.
Wow.
Storm.
Wow.
Through the storm, my inner sea is calm. Yeah, that's you just making it through the storm and um, remaining calm and going with the flow. And then I forgot to give you two other cards because you donated. So I'm just going to jump those in real quick. You got the Nine of Wands. So be resilient and don't quit towards your goal. And then you got the King of Wands, which is more authority and has to do a lot with the Emperor. They're very similar, but this has more of a father figure to it. So that could be somebody coming in from your past, from that is passed on, is what I'm getting with that card. It's just coming out. Whoever you think it is, it's that person is coming through, saying that they're moving close to you during this time. And then from the 50s deck, I got the bathing suit. It says, you have choices. Pick what truly fits you. All right? So you can be whoever you want to be. You have free will. Do what suits you. Be you and be the goddess of the sea. Don't let anything keep you from your dreams and your goals. And that's what I got for you. You just made it through a storm. Yeah.
That's amazing. First of all, I need to know what those first two decks are because they are gorgeous. All right. So, hi Mona. It's really crazy how on point this reading is with Scott's here because I'm using one of my favorite, well, I guess, one of my favorite decks here, which is the Violet Veil. I was drawn to this for you. And the first two cards out here were the Ace of Wands, which didn't you just have that? The Ace of Wands for her?
Mm-hmm.
Was the Ace of
No,
Wands?
Ace of Swords. Of Swords.
Oh, I have that one of those too. And the Death card. So this is a season of rebirth for you. Yeah, I need that deck because that's gorgeous. Um,
Okay.
So this is a season of renewal for you, a rebirth for you. It feels like everything has been torn down. And as you said, you did go through a storm. And if you notice, these cards are about storm. So the Ace of Wands is about you standing up, about you finding your own strength, your own power, your own spine, and moving through this. So what would have killed other people is something that you have emerged stronger through. And now, and you see the storm there, the tornado wrapped around the Ace of Swords here. So now here is this real truth. You're having to face your mortality, one, but you're also having to face, what do I want life to look like? Because I don't think I let it be that in my past. So we're looking at some newness. We're looking at a breakthrough. We're looking at what's ahead of you, but also what's right now. We don't have time to be worrying about a future, not dealing with the present. And because everything we do in the present is going to affect the future. And so this is what you need to figure out, because the Nine of Cups here, this wish card is about figure that out, because you cannot keep blowing in the wind anymore. As you see, it's mortality that you're facing. We're on the other side of this. We have got to get into a place where we're no longer being knocked around by the wind, but that we have our own wind in our sails, that we're guiding ourselves where we want to go. But it needs to be truthfully aligned. And so And that's why you got stripped of some of the things that you've been through, because you got to get quiet and figure that part out. Now, the other two things that came out back that up for me as well. This is from the Blocked and Blessed deck. And it says here, obsessing won't update the results. Your brain is not Google. Stop refreshing. Anxiety, overthinking, and obsession, right? So you need to be in your Ace of Swords standing up. That means clarity. That means letting those thoughts come through and enjoying your breakthrough instead of rehashing your past. Says, and then the other card says, your heartbreak isn't Broadway ready. Not every feeling deserves a full cast musical. Drama, balance, and perspective. So this is definitely a time for you to be getting some perspective about where we're going. What kind of wind do you want in your sail, and where exactly might you be steering? And it could be like me, don't necessarily know where yet, but learn to say yes to the adventure and find it. Okay? Thank you, girl. Let me read for you.
Thank you so much, Ronalie. And next up is Gigi. Please, a reading about Evie, my female dog. She had pancreatitis and now she is sick again. Message from guides. You have Evie's permission. Gigi's here. Thank you. Well, you know what I'm probably gonna say, Gigi, is you need to take her to the vet, if she's sick again. But so anything that I say, you want to do what the vet says first. So I think calling the vet, and if you call the vet, they're going to tell you to bring her in. So I think seeing the vet is your best bet, but I will read along the lines of her energy. You got the Page of Wands. This is the free spirit. So she's wanting to be okay again. It's the free spirit card. So she wants to be okay. You've got the Three of Wands. So I feel like she's looking out into the distance as well. And she's seeing good things. I don't, yeah, it doesn't feel like to me that she is struggling a lot. Got the High Priestess. Then you did get the Knight of Swords. So this could be confusion coming in. So confusion, and then Five of Wands is conflict and chaos. So towards the end, this is what she's saying, I believe, is she needs help. Knight of Swords is confusion. Five of Wands is chaos. I think what she was telling me in the beginning here is actually, now that I see the whole thread, I think she's telling you that she appreciates you taking care of her. And she observes the things that you do for her. And she wants you to know that she loves you very much, and she's watching, your love for her. But I get that she is confused, and I'm getting like a stomach kind of thing right now. So I don't know if this is something else with her pancreatitis, or I'm not a health expert, but I am getting there's something in the stomach. So just I would just make sure that you take her to the doctor. And yeah, you got wisdom. You need to honor the wisdom within you and reflect it in your life. Honor that wisdom by taking her to the doctor. And it says, the ease I have an entity during the weekend, and I need to know if is what is making her sick. An entity, like a spirit? Is that what you're saying, Gigi? You will take her, you're calling the vet. Okay, good. I don't think it's a bad spirit. I don't feel that at all because yeah, look here, you have hope. So just taking her into the doctor and getting her the treatment that she needs is going to be your best bet. And then I've got compass, direction, successfully navigating. So just need to go in the direction that the doctor tells you to go in. And that's what I'm getting. So sorry, it's not a direct answer for you, but since I don't read on health, I can only go so far. So that's what I got, Gigi. We'll see what Shaquita has.
Okay, so I'm actually also not a person who reads on health, typically, because I never want to be the person to give you hope or to dash your hope. I think this is something that you can find on your own if you actually listen to your spirit. But I will tell you this: the first card that came out here, and it went with exactly what I was feeling. And so this is, you see a person battling a storm, head down. So there is a little bit of depression here, but it says detachment formed to survive what hurt. I don't think your pup is doing well. And it doesn't have anything to do with the spirit. It has everything to do with um, just them. Because I also got the Fool card and I got the King of Wands. It's really hard with my lighting. I'm sorry, y'all. To there you go. So there's the Fool card. Whatever. There's the Fool card, and then there's the King of Wands. And the impression I got on this is either it's trying to do something new, to take a new journey or take a new pathway. But also for me, I'm seeing that they're ready to start a new journey. So um, in truth, I think it's more of they're just ready to start a new journey. And I do think this sickness is going to get a little bit worse than it is now with this King of Wands in reverse, because it is going to do that. I think there's also a point of refusing to see what's in front of you. Truthfully, there's the Four of Cups right there. It's refusing to listen to your, I won't even say your own intuition. I feel like your pup is talking to you and you're not actually hearing her, because there's a Knight of Cups here as well. And this feels like, okay, I want to try medicine. The medicine's going to get us better. But I don't, because this was the energy underneath, is like you're just refusing. Okay. Because I also got a Five of Cups in reverse, though. So is there a chance that the medicine can help her get better? Sure, but right under the Five of Cups was the Four of Swords. So it's just telling me that it's a delay, as opposed to it just feels like it's a delay, because the King of Swords is here as well as the Judgment card in reverse. Um, you can prolong it if you'd like to, or you can spend the time with them, loving them, being present, um, and listening to. There's a lot of cup energy here because I also have the Seven of Cups. There's a lot of cups energy here, so it just feels like take them to the doctor, see what the doctor says, try the medicine. Like you do whatever you need to do, but also understand what I'm picking up before I even touch the cards was that I'm ready for a new journey. And so for the Fool card to come out, it just backed it up. It just backed it up for me. I mean, I lost a puppy at 4 months old. So it's like we're not guaranteed their entire life either. Just like we're not guaranteed an entire life. I'm not saying they'll pass. I'm just saying that I think you need to allow your spirit to hear what she's saying. But I did get the Nine of Wands also.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, Gigi.
I'm sorry that's not what you want to hear. I don't deal in spirits either. Yeah, I don't deal in spirits as well. I'm a God's girl. I believe in God very strongly, and if there's any spirit or anything of that nature, my God got it. I don't need to worry about it. So I'm a God's girl.
Yeah.
But I just wasn't picking up a spirit as far as that's concerned.
Right. Yeah, I agree.
Hey, Vivian.
Hey, Viviani. Okay, and Jackie B is here too. Hi, Jackie. She was at the slumber party with us Saturday as well.
Yeah, she's awesome.
Hmm. Okay, Unartha, are you still here? Yes. Okay, here's the question. Oh, you met Shaniqua at a mediumship class. Oh, that's so
Yeah, Viviani. Yeah, we did.
so cool.
Uh-huh.
All right, so recently I was suddenly shunned by a group of people I had started to consider friends. I never received an explanation. At first I blamed myself, but now I think they had ulterior motives. Okay, let's take a look. Um,
Um, can you get clear what the question actually is, though? Is it did they have ulterior motives, or what's the question?
yeah, Yonatha, if you could let us know because we don't read on three, or I don't read on third parties.
Yeah, I don't
As
either.
so we can't tell you what people are your friends or ex-friends feel or don't feel, or if they have ulterior motives. So if you could tell us a little bit better. She said insights.
Okay,
Insights.
but again, from your path.
Right. Any insight is appreciated. Okay, you know what? I've got really good cards for you, Unartha. So I'm going to say it doesn't matter that you're headed towards something better. You're going to get some more friends, and rejection is just protection. So just don't even worry about their ulterior motives or getting an explanation. You know that they're not the right. This is a victory card. So they are not what you need to get to victory. You need friends who are going to stand by you. You got the Two of Cups. This is having an intimate conversation with someone. It doesn't necessarily have to be romantic, but it means you're going to have a good conversation with someone who I believe will be a true friend to you. And then you got the Three of Pentacles. So this is people coming in to help you and for you to help as well. And then you got the Queen of Swords, and she is very strong and makes good decisions. So I think the best decision is for you to look at this is the Four of Cups, so this is missing out on an opportunity. So I think if you go with them by the group who kind of shunned you, you're going to um, regret it. Really, I think the opportunity is you can't see it yet, and you're going to have another group of friends who are going to be much better for you. The delays are divine. Something better is being built. Hello.
Hello.
The delays are divine. This is rejection is protection. It's happened for a reason for you to learn from them and then to move on. And I'm going to draw a crystal for you. I just feel like doing that. You got Celestite. And Celestite says, seek Spiritual connection. Open yourself to divine guidance. Spiritual connection. Connection with those people who are spiritual and not people that you don't need to be hanging around with. And I think that's the people who are being that have shunned you. I think it's a good thing that they did because you deserve better. Then you got the throat chakra. It says truth. I hear my inner truth and allow it to be spoken freely. You should be able to be yourself and speak your truth freely, filtered, of course, out of love, but still, you should be able to be you and be accepted for who you are. Oh, no chance of me going with them ever again. Just wanted to be sure it wasn't, in fact, me. Um, it was you in a way because you were not with the right people. So I think that's why Spirit did that for you so that you can get with the right people. But that's what I got, Shaniqua.
I'm just gonna co-sign on that message because the two that I just got here, again, lighting. Um, this first one that came out was unread isn't mystery, it's indifference. So stop excusing his, or in this case, their silence, rejection, blunt truth, and clarity. So that's that one. And then the second one here is universe, don't take X back requests. So stop manifesting their return, manifest your refund, closure, compensation, and humor. All right. So you got that answer that it was a them, not you necessarily in that particular way. All right. So then the next two cards to come out for you are the Seven of Pentacles in reverse and the Eight of Pentacles. Oh, geez. Okay, there we go. So the Seven of Pentacles is a missed opportunity and a lack of progress. And I think that was what the problem was. They were anchors. Things were going slow. But now, if you notice, with them gone, here's an Eight of Pentacles opportunity. This is where you put your head down and you get to work creating the life you actually want, right? Living by your values, living by your way. And so with that one, this is about putting in the work on you, because what's attracted to you is attracted to you because of you, right? So putting that work on you, like what was it I needed from them and what was it they were taking from me? Because everybody in your life is a reflection of you. But also understand that they knew that and they took your value. So this is a King of Pentacles. So this feels like it was a transactional type of friendship and not a real one. One where the values definitely were offline. And the second, the other card here was this heartbreak. So you do have the heartbreak, and you're right to feel the heartbreak because they actually, you know, did that. Like it hurts. And some people don't understand how to be friends with people who are more empathic, more spiritual. We see everything, so we can read all the little things. But the other thing too about it, I want to get to is, I think, did you have that star for her? Because I did. Did you get the star for her? No, you got a chariot, but it was like almost the same thing. So I got the star for you, honey. And if you notice, this is you off the ground. This is you understanding that you're not a stomach crawler. You are in a place of elevation. You are rising like the star that you need to be. And this is great because right under that is the Wheel of Fortune. And then y'all see the Judgment card peeking out as well. So all I'm seeing is all this light shining on you, right? So with the star, look at all these chills, bro. With the star, figure out what you want, go after it. Figure out why you're here, go after it. Please understand, you don't need to know the whole thing. You just need to know, right? And purpose will find you. It always does. But also, this is a high priestess right here. You weren't being authentic to yourself in order to keep these friends in the first place. You weren't being your high priestess self to keep these friends. You are a light, and I think somebody just said that about you. There's this light shining on you here and here and here, so there's all this light. Shine on, babes. Now you can do it without all that darkness around you, trying to please other people and be with other people. So definitely let that go. Even in the space of going, oh, it was them, not me. No, I'm with Scott on that, because it was you in effect, and the you part is what allowed it. So now you're being asked to not more. You didn't know how to get yourself. Well, the door had to be closed so that you could make a way. I forgot this one. The decision card was there too. So it's time for you to make a decision. The Two of Swords. Thank you, love. Thank you, love. You were holding back to make people comfortable. Absolutely. That's what I'm saying. Your light has to shine. And some people, we just don't want to outshine, but we were never put here to be dim in the first place. That's a what, Marianne Williamson quote or something. So yeah.
Awesome. All right. Thank you, Yunartha. And next up is Courtney. And Courtney wants to know, when will work be normal? I am working, and she corrected it, long days.
Oh, long days.
It's long days. Yeah, she corrected it. Hi, Courtney. It's hard to say what's normal, though, isn't it?
Hmm.
It's hard to say what's normal, though.
Right. I'm like, um,
She says 12-hour plus days. Ooh. So maybe just not, is it not having to work so much that you're wanting to know when that's going to happen? Wow. Yes. Okay. I'm getting a possible change coming up. I got the Ten of Swords. This is the end of an era that is not good. This Ten of Swords means ruin, but it also means there's a new beginning coming with the sunrise in the background. Then you got the King of Cups. So this is making sure you have emotional control. But then you got the moon. So there's some shadow work that I think you need to do, and to change some of the vibes that are going on from low to high. And you can always call in Archangel Metatron to help you with that. You did get the King of Wands, which is the leader. So if you lead by example, I think you'll be okay. But um, well, I'll take that back. I think if you lead by example, it'll get more tolerable for you. But then you got the Tower as your last tarot card. So this is an upheaval. So I'm thinking there may be a change coming, and you may be that change. So you may need to start thinking about something else, Courtney. That's just what I'm getting from these cards. Let me pull some more, though, oracle for you. Got all kinds of cards that want to talk to you. You got an emotional card from this affirmation deck that says, I am in tune with my feelings. It says, my self-esteem is growing day by day. So even though you'll have your self-esteem with where you're working, you may want to have self-esteem to step out as well. The next card I got, I'm going to draw you a crystal. You got Moonstone. Connect with lunar energy, embrace your intuitive gifts. So I think you know inside when it's the right time to keep going and when it's the right time to maybe think of something else. And then the last card I got for you, you become what you think about. And it says, the more you use the power within you, the more you will draw it to you. You will reach a point where you won't need to practice anymore, squirrel, because you will be the power. You will be the perfection. You will be the wisdom. You will be the intelligence. You will be the love. you will be the joy, right? So the more you use the power within you, the more it will draw towards you. So think about what you want, maybe change your feelings about it if you want to stay there, but if your feelings continue to, tell you that something's wrong here, then something's wrong there. And I think 40 plus, hours will get to anybody. I know you're like the Energizer Bunny, Courtney, but you also have your limits. So just be careful there. That's what I got.
All right, so Scott, we're in the same place, man. Okay, so right off the bat, I receive an answer first while I'm doing the cards, and it was everything I think. This is the Queen of Swords, and if you notice, she is reaching for her sword. So she is reaching for her clarity. She's reaching for her ability to cut through the confusion. And this is where you are. Work is not the problem at the point. It's your inaction that is. And so the first card up is telling you, take action. Reach for what you actually want. And it's interesting that Scott was also talking about a change as gently as he was talking about it. But I'm like, yeah, girl, there's a change over here, and you got to make that change because there's a 10 of wands here. So, honey, there is not going to be a let of the work. They're going to work you to death, and I'm not going to say figuratively either. Okay. You see, carrying the burden, carrying it on her back, carrying it alone. So you're going to be worked, and this Wheel of Fortune card says time to make a change. Time to and notice this one is the major arcana. Everything else was regular deck. This one says, honey, it's time. What the hell are you waiting on? Why are you sitting on this? You know it's more. You know it's better. But also under the deck, when he said 10 of swords, I said, I know I see one. Look at this. When I say work you to death, it will. That figure is by the cliff. After receiving all of this here, yeah, we're gonna get you help. Yeah, we're gonna we're hiring. Yeah. Meanwhile, you're being worked to death. The other card here is the 5 of Wands in reverse, and you could stay in this fight and keep fighting for your life. Basically, keep disregarding your me, myself, and I, my spirit, and everybody else that is you. Or you can say, you know what? No retreat, no surrender. or I retreat, I surrender because this is not where I'm supposed to be. What I initially heard when reading this question was that you are out of alignment. Okay. I didn't get the tower. Oh, I lied. Because as soon as I lifted that 5 of Wands, guess what was here? See, the tower is coming if you don't make the choice. That's the thing about a tower. Is you get a warning over and over and over again. It's time for you to make a choice. It's time for you to make a choice. It's time for me. Okay, you're not going to make it? I will. And you don't want spirit, heaven, whatever you talk about to come in and do it because it's going to take everything instead of allowing you to take it yourself. And the 8 of Cups is here too, talking about, girl, it's time to walk away and do better for you. That said, this card came out in the Blocked and Blessed deck, and it says very clearly, let go already. All right, you're holding on to something here. It says even your cards want you to be single, and we're not just talking about relationship. We're talking about want you out there because the King of Wands that Scott pulled is also an entrepreneurial card. Okay, so it says clarity, wake up call, release. This is a wake up call because I do think your health is about to take the next impact if you don't make this choice. Because finally are these 2 cards, and this one says be kind to yourself. You deserve the same kindness. You deserve the work. You deserve for you to show up. You deserve you, your future self and your current self and your past self. Yeah, I'm not talking about your marriage. But this here says you are enough. Okay, so it says right now, as you are. So instead of waiting on them to see you, to adjust, to do whatever you think is supposed to be coming, because you're a human being, they should see that. No, honey. Exactly. That's what you call tower card. You don't want the tower card to come. You want to do this work yourself. All right. So, Courtney, that is what I have for you, love. That's what I have for you.
That's amazing how spot on our cards work.
Yeah, we're just hitting it.
Yep. Okay, we have time for maybe two more.
Okay.
That's okay with you?
Yeah, that's cool.
All right, so we're gonna get Tyler next, and after Tyler will be Annie. And if I didn't call your name, I will be back at 9 p.m. with Curtis from the Nut House. So you'll want to come back, and we'll be sure to get you then. Okay? And Curtis is in the chat. Hi, Curtis.
All right.
Okay, Tyler, are you ready? No, Tyler? It's usually here. Okay, we may need to
Yeah, I'm
come
not
back.
seeing him.
Yeah. Okay, Annie. Is Annie here? Tyler or Annie? Okay, we're striking out.
Hey, Becky.
All right, what about Jessica Lynn? Jessica Lynn, are you here? We really are striking out.
All right.
Okay, let's see. Oh, Curtis has a message for you. Said, Shaniqua, I love your energy and reading style. Thank you for sharing your gifts with others. Hi,
Oh,
there.
thank you. Can't wait to check you out. I love meeting new people.
Yeah, he'll be on with me next.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, so I'm not seeing anybody that I called. So let's go to Tiger Dragon. Are you here? No, not yet, Anne. Tiger Dragon. And you may need to repost your question, actually. No, I've got your question. All right. Tiger Dragon's here. All right. A message from my angels. All right. So what I'm getting with the Six of Cups, Tiger, is inner child work. So this can be nostalgia, thinking about the past. You may have a little bit of inner child healing to do. We just need to sit with your inner child and say, what do you need? What do you need working with, or what fun do you need to have? So I just think that there's something that you may be carrying with you that you don't need to carry anymore. So something from your childhood or teenage years could be. Boy, those are turmoil in themselves. Middle school and high school. So it could be from anywhere in the past. Something needs to heal. Then you got the Five of Wands. And the Five of Wands is chaos and conflict. So you just need to stay out of that or speak your truth out to our filter. Then I've got the Queen of Swords. So she, in my opinion, is the psychic queen. So I think you may have some psychic abilities. I think most of us do have some, but it's like a muscle. We've got to work it. So work it if you want and see if, there's some mediumship classes or something that you can take that would help you to strengthen that muscle. Also, she makes very good decisions based upon logic and intuition. So try doing that with your decisions if you're having a tough time with them. And then you got assimilate your experiences, incorporate and invigorate. And then you've got listen, even the silence carries guidance. So yeah, just make sure you are listening and then speaking after you have listened, right? So even the silence carries guidance. So sometimes when we're alone and we can get rid of the monkey mind, which I have a problem with too, we can get rid of that. We can listen to true spirit, what true spirit wants for us to do. So that is what I got for you, Tiger. A little short and sweet there, but thank you for letting me read for you.
All right. Looks like we're aligned again. So that's beautiful. All right. So I did pull from a literal angel deck. So this is a 1313. So this is speaking to starting fresh. It says encouragement, ambition, foundations, creative endeavors, communication. So step out of your comfort zone and begin creating something meaningful. Your skills and talents are aligned to bring you auspicious rewards. Build your confidence and trust in your decisions as you embark on new beginnings. Because, according to these, we are going to remind you that it's about intention and action. That's what launches all your dreams. So that also brings me to here, where it says, you are a magical being with the whole universe waiting to assist you. And so where did we line up? Right here. Queen of Swords. First card out again. So yeah, you've got to take it. And Scott talked about, for him, with him reading Queen of Swords, this was talking about your own intuition. Well, in the split of the deck, this is exactly what we're talking about, because there's a High Priestess in reverse. So they're saying you're not necessarily operating in your highest self. In that alignment, even though there is alignment here. And I think part of this is the fear. For some reason, there seems to be this fear of bigness within you. Like, you'll do a little bit, like, yeah, I'm doing something, but there's something much bigger for you. Because here's the Ace of Wands in reverse. And it's saying, no, honey, you haven't stepped up to the plate. Or maybe that's all you did, but you haven't actually picked up the bat to swing, because this is literal one. So in reverse. And then we're looking at an Eight of Swords. You're no longer imprisoned by your own mind, by the way people think about you, by societal's expectations. You get to decide for yourself. What is this life going to look like? You get to decide for yourself, embracing your spiritual gifts. Like, for instance, with me, it was like, what will people think when I step into this? Like, I live with people and I'm like trying to hide my cards because I don't want them to be like, no, it's devil, you can't be here. But it's like, I'm still me. I've always been me. So you don't like it, you don't like it, right? And so unleash yourself, like, get rid of that, because what's happening as you hold yourself behind is the Five of Pentacles. When you're not living in alignment, I promise you, this does impact your health. This does impact your finances. This does impact your relationships. You never want to be trapped in something that's not actually aligned with you. It might look good on the outside, or not. Okay. So but this is saying it's time to walk away from that. It's time to walk away from other people's considerations of how you should be living your life. This is the Eight of Cups. This is your own intuition, your own emotions. So you need to be walking towards your own light. Like, set a visual for them. Like, if it's literally writing letters of forgiveness, or writing letters letting people know that they hurt you, and then lighting them up and letting them dissipate into the universe because you've said your piece, so be it. But like I said, the other thing is, you got to live in your truth, and your truth is one of spiritual nature. Doesn't mean you have to do what we're doing if you're not. But this is understanding that even if you're doing what we're doing, you're bigger than what it looks like for other people. If you understand, like for instance, I'm taking a mediumship program, but I speak to other entities, not just past souls, and that was something I had to learn. And so I think you need to stop battling your own expectations, your own regurgitation of what other people are giving you, and live your actual truth. Again, to start the reading, that's your Queen of Swords. So grab it, use it, cut through the BS with it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
I hope it makes sense.
What's that?
I said, I hope that made sense.
I got it. So I'm sure we did too. All right. So got time for one more. Anne, was this your question? Because I couldn't tell because everything you write is in caps, so I don't know which is your question, which is not. So can you let me know if I've got the right question up here, Anne? Oh, good. Tiger said it did resonate.
Okay, I'm glad to know that. Thank you.
Anne's probably typing.
Because I mean, looking at that question, I don't know if that's necessary. I think you come with the gifts. Oh, okay. So she types in caps because it's hard to see. That doesn't necessarily require cards to read. Like, have light workers become so gifted through great self-sacrifice? I don't think so. Because I mean, if I'm born this way, was the sacrifice coming back to Earth? Well, actually, I think so. I'm hoping this is my last lifetime. So I don't know if it's necessary for a sacrifice to allow you to be a light worker. I think it's just why you come here. I don't think you become a light worker through the sacrifice. Or maybe I'm equating sacrifice with trauma or something. And if I am, then I misunderstood. I guess I misunderstood. So if you can clarify, that'd be great.
No, it was, do I trust my gut regarding another health problem? Hey, yeah, we don't read on health, Anne. Yeah, I don't feel comfortable answering that question. Sorry.
Well, what I would say is I would take it to your own spirit team, your own soul team. And I do that sometimes through journaling, and it becomes automatic writing. So I could do that. So are you trying to figure out if it's in your head or if it's actually in your body? And if you do, that's by location. Like, is it just up here? Then yeah, it's just in your head. But if you're feeling, if there's a body response, I think you should follow your intuition. Like if it's a niggling response or you're feeling like taps or something, it feels like, yeah, then you pay attention. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it did to me. I just would say, yeah, trust your gut, but at the same time, trust your doctor and go.
Of course, yeah.
Go let
Hello.
the nurse know or whoever.
Listen, we have our intuition for a reason. We've gotta get quiet and pay attention.
Yeah.
And sometimes things won't leave you alone. If it doesn't leave you alone, it's usually for a good reason. Like I walked around with a blood clot for a week last year. And it was just like, what is this? What is this? You know, even though it wasn't fitting anything that would say it was a blood clot. And finally, I did go to ChatGPT. I was like, hey, is there a possibility that this is one? And the minute it said, yes, there's a possibility, I was like, all right, I'm going to the doctor. But did it look like a blood clot? Like, did it fit one? No, not at all. So I think your intuition will really let you know, and it won't leave you alone either. Okay.
Okay.
Did you have another one, or is that
Nope, that's it.
all right?
So thank you everybody for being here. So I hope
Right.
everybody enjoyed this as much as I did. This was great. Shaniqua, thank
Yeah,
you so much for being
it's
here.
great.
And I want to thank all the mods on both channels. Shaniqua is or was streaming on her channel as well. So if you can go over
Oh,
there and make sure you give her a subscribe. She's close to 1,000 subscribers. So please subscribe and then go to her video and hit the like as well. So,
I never remember that, so thank you.
all right. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you.
Thank you for the invite. It's been a great
Want to
conversation.
hang out, if you want to hang out for a
Hmm.
second in the back, and then we will see you guys. Well, I will see you guys if you want, coming up in about 30 minutes with Curtis. What have you got going on, Shaniqua? Anything?
Yeah, starting next month, we are doing a monthly meetup where we meet up twice a month. It's called The Grove because, like trees, we need to get deeply rooted and and grow together at the same time. And it's a non-political space. I do like political readings on my lives, but this space, The Grove, is a non-political space, and it's $47 a month. We meet twice a month, and there will be a Discord where you can chat 24/7. But we'll meet twice a month for an hour and 45 minutes where we will support each other in our own journeys. So if you want to practice tarot, you can practice tarot with people there. We're going to have practice of clairs, like try to isolate, and it's just trying to make it a safe space for us to grow ourselves in our spiritual journeys and away from this really noisy world. Because one of the things that I learned from an astrologer, he was talking about the different ages we have, the industrial age, the information age, and he said the next age is going to be the inspiration age, meaning a lot of us readers, a lot of us seers, a lot of us spiritual people, we're going to be what helps bring this world back into alignment. We were here for a reason. Time to prepare.
Awesome. And
So just go to the website.
how do they do that again to get in touch with you for that?
Yeah, if they go to leanintothespirit.com, and just say how to work with me, the Grove will be right there.
Awesome. Well, thank you again for being here. Shaniqua, I appreciate you and appreciate everybody else. And we will see you soon. Bye,
Bye.
everybody.